Joe.
Blackula.
Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused.
And I'm your host, Dennis Snipe. Subscribe to the FocusTalk TV YouTube channel. Follow at FocusTalk TV on Instagram and Twitter, and join in on the conversation on the FocusTalk TV Facebook page. And in the meantime, remember to stay focused. You're in tune to Chicago's most popular college music radio station. 89.3 is WKKC. This is Focus Talk, the thought-provoking, solution-oriented talk show daring to make a difference in our communities. We're talking on a regular basis because the answers really matter. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about politics, religion, personal development, education, history, music, and then from time to time, we're spotlighting positive people who are doing positive things right here in the Inglewood community, throughout the Chicagoland area, as well as the entire continental United States. I'm your host, Dennis Snipe. Joining me in the studio as my co-host is media communication student, Miss Monique Harvey. Hey, Monique, how are you?
I'm good, Mr. Snipe. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. I understand school is all over.
Yes, finally.
And are you ready for the summer?
I am.
Okay, did you do well in class?
All A's, midterm and finals.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, Monique, joining us in the studio today as our very special guest is Miss Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley.
Yes.
Did I get it right?
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much for being here and being a part of today's show. Now, I understand that there are a myriad of different things that you do and that you are presently doing, and very shortly you're going to let the entire world know about what you're doing.
Yes.
Is that right?
That is so right.
Okay.
That is so right, Dennis.
So give me a little snippet, a little peek of some of the things that we can expect very soon.
Well, actually, coming soon, I will have a show on Fill Me Up Radio.
Okay. Called
the Let's Get It. And it's going to be streamed live in Facebook Live and also on the internet. And from there, you know, by meeting Mr. Jonathan, now we're working on TV shows, which I didn't even expect and so excited about. And that's going to encompass a lot of things. The Let's Get It with Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. It's going to be interviews. You're going to be my co-host on some shows.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to have a show with Dr. Wesley Muhammad, and it's just going to continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm really excited about what's going on right now.
So, Miss Kelley,
yes.
What would be some of your topics on this show?
Babe, call me Ebonie.
Ebonie? Okay,
yes,
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Ebonie.
Yes, thank you.
What would be some of the topics on your show?
So actually, for one of the shows with Dr. Wesley Muhammad, we're going to talk about bridging the gap between Christian and Muslims, Islam and Christianity. We're going to, I'm going to be talking about, Let's Get It is a show talking about approaching life situations on purpose. So it's not in a box. It's going to be whatever it needs to be. So we're going to talk about people's personal life testimonies. The reason why I'm actually behind the mic right now is because of a testimony that me chasing God. So right now we're working out the particulars for the actual names, but it's going to be huge, Monique. I promise you.
Now, how often will you air?
We're going to air probably once a week. I think that's what we're doing, about once a week. Or if it grows, it may be more than once a week.
In a half an hour, an hour?
We're going to do 30-minute increments, yes.
Yes, great, great.
Now, Ebonie, I hear that there is a lot of background to your name. Would you be willing to share a little bit?
Yes, I love talking about my name. I love talking, first of all. So y'all done gave me a mic, watch out. How many minutes we got? No. Okay, I'm good.
Got a few.
Okay, so I am the only daughter with two grandmothers. So instead of giving me one of the grandmother's names, they gave me both. So I became Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. Through high school and through school, I hated my name. I hated it. It was like an old Mississippi grandma name. I did not like it. It was even one time senior year when we were coming, I was trying to find my seat. They had my name plastered, and nobody knew my whole name until that day. And I was so embarrassed because I didn't like that name. And as I grew and I started to just understand my grandmothers, and once they both died and I started to chase God on this purpose journey, he reminded me that I had 2 praying grandmothers, and I'm actually the fruit of their labor. I am their harvest.
Okay.
I am their harvest. So now I'm grateful and happy to say that I am Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley.
Okay. And now you're okay with the name?
I'm okay. It's everywhere. It's on my Instagram, Facebook, Gmail. I introduce myself as Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. And I do that because you'll never forget me. Because I tell you, I say I'm Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley. It makes you say, huh? And I get to say it again.
Right.
So now I get to plant another seed about who I am.
Okay.
That's why I do it.
Now, riddle me this. You said at least 3 times, if I can remember correctly, chasing God. What does that mean?
On purpose.
Okay.
For me, in 2009, October 10th, exactly 2009, my daughter Danielle Darlene Kelley, she was arrested, and she was charged with residential burglary. And I couldn't find her for a couple of days. I talked to my daughter as my only seed. I talked to her every day. And this particular day, the day before and this day, I couldn't find her. And the people that I would call, they kept giving me the runaround. It was really suspicious. So I went to look for her. Came to find out she was arrested. And they said she was in the Cook County Jail. So that night, I kept calling. They said, call and you can find the inmate by putting in a social security number or their birth date or something. I kept calling all night and nothing happened. Now, at that time, I didn't know the county phones were down. It just kept telling me inmate not found. Now, let me take you back. Those were the days I was smoking lots of weed. I was getting high all the time. I was drinking. I was doing everything I wasn't supposed to do. So to subdue my nervousness, I kept smoking that night as I continued to call the county looking for her, worried about my daughter, because that's all I knew is that she had got charged with residential burglary and I couldn't find her. And about 3 o'clock that morning, I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and my face was very puffy and red, and I was looking at myself crying, and I just asked God, I said, God, save my daughter. And just as we're speaking now, like a unctioning in me, in my heart, a voice in my spirit told me to chase me on purpose. And I knew that was God speaking to me. And that day changed my life. And I went in my room and I flushed my weed down the toilet. And it just kicked off from there as far as me changing my life. I stopped smoking weed. Eventually, I stopped smoking squares, which is cigarettes. I stopped drinking. And then after that was done, I thought I was all good, right? I don't smoke no more. I don't drink no more. Then God said, okay, now it's time to work with your heart. I need you to forgive some people. I need you to start loving. I need you to start being the example of who I am. And that's what I mean when I say chasing God on purpose. I went to every class at my church, Valley Kingdom Ministries International. I just started to seek him because everything I was and I had, I gave it to him. And what he did in return was gave me him. So that's all I knew. I just wanted to find God in everything.
Now go ahead, Monique.
I know, right? It gets you right. I know.
Now, during this journey, what was some of the biggest challenges that you've had?
Man, smoking squares, smoking cigarettes. Cigarettes, I think, is the worst addiction you could ever have because it's legal and you could do it in public. See, when you smoke weed, you got to go in the confines of your own home or your car. You drink it, sometimes you can't drink out in the open. But cigarettes, it was the worst thing because it was something I could do all the time. And that was the hardest thing for me to kick because I didn't want to smell like a cigarette. I didn't want to be in the presence of people and I smell like an ashtray, you know, but I was addicted. I needed a cigarette all the time. It was mental. I wanted it. So that was the hardest thing for me to kick on my journey.
And what would you tell someone who's struggling with weed and cigarettes and alcohol and they do it on a daily basis to suppress their nerves like you did?
One of the things I'll say, because I know when I was trying to kick my habits, everybody would tell, oh, you can do it. Oh, it's easy. And one of the things that really bothered me is if you're not a weed smoker or you don't smoke squares, don't tell me about what I can kick or what I can't kick, because you don't know my experience. So what I would say to somebody that is addicted to, or I just say smoking cigarettes or things like that, I just say be free in it. When I started to understand that I needed to stop, I started to be okay with what I was doing. So I started to talk to God while I was smoking my square. I'm like, God, I know I ain't supposed to be smoking these. I need you to help me. I can't do this in my own strength. So I would tell people to be honest where they are, and take it one day at a time, and don't go into hiding because of what somebody may think of you. It's okay. I had to deal with my issues publicly. And that's one of the things that my show On Purpose is going to touch on, because I'm outside the box. A lot of things that I do, a lot of things that I say, people say I shouldn't do it, I shouldn't say it. But this is how I survive. And I know if I'm going through it, I know it may be 1 or 5 people out there that can understand and I can help because of my boldness, my transparency, and things like that. So I would say be free in where you are and just be honest with what you need to do.
Now, what would you say would be your mission for the show? Because I know you say this, you're going to touch bases on a lot of things. So what would be your main focus or your mission for your show?
That is a really good question, Monique. My mission will be to help people not only respond to life situations, but also to approach life situations on purpose. And on purpose means intentionally. It means a desired result. It means that at the end of this, I want this. Sometimes like if I'm smoking weed now, I'll say, eventually I want to stop. Right, so it'll just be encouraging people to first be comfortable in your own skin, because one of the things I was not comfortable in was my own skin, and that's why I covered it up with getting high and drinking and sleeping with guys who didn't love me and being with people who didn't care about me, because I was trying to cover up something. But once I kicked all that and I found out who I was, it's going down now. So I want people to understand that it's okay to be who you are and be where you are.
Now, Ebonie, would that same mission statement go across the board? And what I mean by that is that you said earlier that smoking cigarettes is easy because it is not necessarily, you didn't say easy, but it is legal and you can do it in public. So would that mission statement and being able to come clean with what I do would be the same if I have a sexual addiction or something that is not as quote unquote tolerable amongst other people?
I have to say it does, but you go a different route in that. So if it's a sexual addiction or you addicted to smoking crack or whatever that thing is, your secret is, there's a place for you somewhere. So my thing is, find that place where you can be open. There's so many hotlines. There's so many places where you can go. There's so many places out here for all the things that we deal with. So find that place for you and be that person in that place.
So it sounds as if, though, that your show would be /entertainment /ministry /deliverance. Man,
it's going down. It's about to be so outside the box, and that's one of the reasons I don't want to have a statement or just say it's about this, because then the next week it could be about that. And I don't want anybody to put me in a box. I was created to be outside the box. I was created to infect the whole world, whether you are a Christian, whether you worship Buddha, whatever that is that you do. I have something for everybody. So it will definitely touch on those things and so much more.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Now, are you going to feature music or anything of that nature?
That's really a good question.
Like artists and that sort of thing?
Yes, okay. Definitely. One of the things I want to do, so being in the radio business and being around people who have a lot of followers, and you really like somebody or you want to be around somebody, one of the things that I've learned is that a lot of people don't mess with small people. So if they made it and they have like 500 million followers and you try to spend time with them, they don't have time for you. So one of the things I learned is that I want to be able to give a platform to the people who cannot get the bigger platform. So artists, music, psalmists, people that draw, people that make things, like whatever that is. I want to just be able to present a platform to people who may not think they have a platform. And people may say, hey, it's just something that you're doing on the internet or something she's doing on Facebook Live. But I'm telling you right now, I believe God. And I met you and Jonathan for a reason. And I believe that this right here is just the laying of the foundation. It's going to take off like never before.
Okay.
So people that jump on the train now are the ones that's really it's gonna really show the support of where we are now. Because we can't wait till we get big to support somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we wait, they got that on Facebook Live, or they just doing that, or they just doing that workshop, and then 8 months later they're on Windy City Live, and now everybody want to be their friend. We have to learn to support people because we believe what God is doing in our life, not because of what they might believe God is doing.
Okay. So now, Ebonie, recap for me.
Yes.
The name of your show.
Let's Get It.
Let's Get It.
Yes.
And it will be on.
It's going to be on. We're going to do some Facebook Live.
Okay.
I believe we may be doing some Can TV. Not particularly sure. We're actually working. This is so new, Dennis. I mean, really new. So we're actually working out those kinks. But if, people follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, they'll definitely know when things are happening.
And so the name of the station?
The name of the station for my radio show is
Right.
Fill Me Up Radio.
Okay.
And that's going to start July 27th.
The 27th
But I want to make
July.
sure I'm clear what God is doing. So that show is starting July 27th, which will streamline on fillmeupradio.com.
Okay.
These things that I'm doing with the TV show, that's a whole nother. This just came out of nowhere. I'm
And that's
so
TBD.
excited. Say that again?
That's a TV to be announced.
To be announced,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it's going to be Let's Get It. The overall is Let's Get It with Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley, where we'll have different many things. But then we'll have other TV shows where we'll have different guests. Like I said, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, yourself, or just whatever else we're working in the kinks. I have a production and content manager that's really helping me on these things.
Okay.
And things are in the makings.
Now, did you see this, let's say, 6 months ago?
Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked me that. Because in 2005, I had a dream about a TV and a microphone. It wasn't moving, it wasn't doing nothing. Just a TV and a microphone. And that dream led me to enroll into DePaul University, College of Communications, which then led me to Sonia Blakey, which then led me to iHeartMedia, and then now has led me here. So many details. I know we don't have a lot of time to talk about it, but I have so much to share on how we got here. So 6 months ago, no. I did not know we'll be here, but 2005, I knew it was something happening. I just had to follow my dream and follow my purpose to be able to see what God was manifesting.
Okay, all right. Well, I have a couple of other questions, but we're just about out of time for
No.
this particular aspect. But you know what that means?
What?
That means that you'll have to come back.
You promise?
Honest engine.
Okay.
You'll have to come back and give us some additional information as to how you and I met, which was just almost like a fluke.
Yes.
But then again, so many different things happen because a seed can only germinate and grow
Yes.
once it goes into the ground and
Yes.
dies. And then from that, then there are many different seeds, many different flowers that come from that particular seed that goes in the ground. But we'll talk about that a little later.
Okay.
All right. So last but not least, give me some closing words.
So my closing words would be, be who you are. To everybody listening, everybody watching, just be who you are. Don't try to fit inside the box people fit you in, and chase your dreams on purpose. That's
All right.
it.
That's it.
That's it.
All right. Ebonie Sara Louise Kelley,
That's me.
you go, girl.
All right now.
We're going to talk again real soon.
Promise.
Honest Engine.
All right.
You're attuned to Chicago's most popular college music radio station, 89.3 WKKC.
You're watching Focus Talk TV.
With your host, Dennis Snipe.
Yay! Why you laughing at me, J.R.? Where you laughing at Dennis?
He was like, you go there. I'm sorry.
Subscribe to the Focus Talk TV YouTube channel. Follow at Focus Talk TV on Instagram and Twitter, and join in on the conversation on the Focus Talk TV Facebook page. And in the meantime, remember to stay focused.
highway, then be a trail. If you can't be the sun, then be a star, because it isn't by size that you win or fail, but be the best at whatever you are. If you can't be a highway, then be a trail. If you can't be the sun, then be a star, because it isn't by size that you win or fail, but be the best at whatever you are. And stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused.
Joe Blackula.